everybody. How's everybody doing? And there are 0 people here, so when I say everybody, I guess I mean me. Just thought I'd do a live stream. It's Monday, April 20th, 2020. Hey, there's somebody showing up. Here, I'll just get situated here while I'm waiting for people to show up on the live stream here. Just driving to run a couple errands, so I thought I'd multitask, get a live stream done. Hey, there's some people. Hey everybody, how you doing? Truth serum's you're heading to where? Peru. 100% DAV can go, disabled veteran go a long way. Hey, that's awesome. I'm feeling pretty disabled today. My neck's hurting, sore. Blah, 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 complain. Let's see here. Get this camera straight here. All right, so I just thought I would share my personal experience with the relief, or the promise of relief during this shutdown. You know, a lot of people have been affected, small businesses, sales are down a lot with a lot of people, not just myself. People can't even go to work to open their shop. So me personally, if you watch my channel, you know I have an online business called Hats Around the World. I've been dealing in antiques and collectibles for over 10 years now. I've done that successfully and raised a family, kept my bills paid. Sorry, there's going to be a noise here. I have to turn the air conditioner on. It's getting a little warm here in Phoenix. So, but I've had a tough time. I haven't been able to pay the rent in April. Let's see. And things aren't looking great for me. So, for the first time in my life, I've reached out to the government, some of these programs, for help. And I just wanted to share my experience with that. So the first thing I did was contacted the Arizona Housing Department, and apparently when people have a tough time paying rent, paying the electric bill, stuff like that, they'll step in. They have an appendage of housing department that helps people pay bills if they run into a tough time. You call these people and they'll help you get through that month. And so that agency is who we were told to contact during this COVID shutdown. And I called. I got the number actually from the place that I rent my house from. They gave me a phone number to contact these people to request assistance. And I called. First time it went to a busy signal. Second time it rang and then hung up. So I thought, okay, well, we'll go to the website. The website went down. Wasn't working. And but I did end up, I waited a couple days, went back. I can't remember if it's, you know what? Yeah, I did. I filled out the online information and they sent me a verification to my email address with a case number and everything, and a phone number to contact to follow up. So I thought, okay, well that's progress. So I called the phone number, and it routes you through a bunch of different, it's a automated routing service. They select one, select two, blah blah blah, all that stuff, and then it gets you to your local department. And I finally got them on the phone, and the lady tells me, yeah, there's a lot of people like you calling, but we haven't been told anything by the government. I don't know if she was talking about state or federal, or, she just basically said the government hasn't told us what we didn't know we were supposed to be part of it, and we don't really have any standard operating procedures yet. She didn't use that term, but she said we don't have any lines to go by. We don't even know what to do. So we've called them, and we're waiting to hear back from them, and you're just going to have to be patient, and we'll get back to you. We'll call you. So I said, oh, all right, I've heard that. We'll call you. Call us, we'll call you. Heard that before. And actually later that day, I don't know, a couple hours later, they called me back, and she said, okay, we heard from the government. And she said, okay, so they've told us that they're working things out, and that help is on the way, and what you do. That happens. So the phone overheated. It's 83 degrees, it says on the temperature gauge here. So I'll just have to hold this phone in front of the air conditioner, and it might be a little bit noisy. So anyway, the Arizona Department of Housing, they hadn't quite got their standard operating procedures in place. They said they would call me. It's been over a month now. Yeah, it's right around a month. I haven't heard anything back from them. I have filled out the application on smallbusinessadministration.gov, SBA.gov. And there's really no phone number to call. There's no verification code. There's no nothing. You enter all your information. And one of the weird things about that one was they request, before you are approved or denied, they request your bank account information, like your account number and your routing number that you'd have on your check. I thought that was kind of odd, because usually they don't ask for direct deposit information, unless something's been approved. But I was like, screw it, I need some help. I need to do this to finish this application. It wouldn't submit without submitting that information. So I gave SBA.gov my account information. I check my email every morning to see if there's a reply, some kind of verification number, contact number, anything being sent to me, and haven't received anything from that either. It's been a few weeks since I did that. Did it right when that came out, when the opportunity to sign up for that small business loan / grant came out. Haven't heard anything back from that. What was the other assistance I asked for? Can't remember. So basically, just trying to pay rent, Department of Housing and Small Business Administration. Oh, and I also haven't received any check in the mail or direct deposit in my bank from the relief funds, $1,200 that everybody's supposedly getting. Some people have posted on Twitter or other social media, hey, I got my check, I'm doing this and that. My son got a check. He lives in Minnesota, works construction. He got a check. And I haven't been, me personally, I haven't been able to navigate through any of these systems that are supposed to help. I haven't received the check. I don't expect the government to take care of me. I never have. I'm 45 years old and asked for help one time when I was in my early 20s, raising 4 kids on my income alone. We just got WIC. things like milk, cheese, baby formula, that kind of stuff. I was on that for a couple months, and that's it. Other than that, never asked for any kind of help. All right. Okay, hold on here. I'm dropping my trailer off here. Give me a second. And now I am hearing that I watched a video, like a financial advisor that was giving people advice on a new stimulus that's supposed to be coming up that needs to make it through Congress, make it through the House, and be signed by the president. But it's basically a stimulus that would be $2,000 a month for every citizen over the age of 16 that makes under $100 and something thousand a year. So like 200 million people qualify for this stimulus account or stimulus help, whatever they want to call it. And that, if it went through, it's supposedly would go through in around June. So I guess the reason I'm making this video, it's not really to complain. I mean, I'm kind of complaining because I'd like a little bit of help to just be able to get through, keep my business running, and, you know, not have to set the tent up in the area somewhere so we can, you know, have shelter. But to see what other people are experiencing, if you've needed to request help during this time, what's your experience? Like, what how's it going for you? Have you been able to get assistance from housing departments? Got your stimulus check, small business loan, anything like that? Has anybody been able to do anything like that? Now, since I'm talking about that, let's see if I got this trailer in the right position. Since I'm talking about that, you know, complaining that I haven't got any help from any kind of government, I have received some help, but it's been from citizens, just everyday people that it's not, well, it's not the government's responsibility to take care of us either, but people that they don't have anything to gain by helping me. They don't have a reason really other than, hey, they just want to help. And that actually helped me get through, other than paying the rent, helped me pay the bills, keep the lights on, paid the phone bill, internet, so I can keep running my business. I got all of that paid. Let's see, it's the 20th, not long after the beginning of the month, and I really appreciate that. So, but it looks like people are helping people more than, you know, the people that are saying we're using your tax money to help everyone. That doesn't seem to be going anywhere for me. And I don't know if it's because I'm still on one of these targeting watch lists. I mean, there's still things that are going, but I'm still seeing some of the like the organized stalking and stuff like that. It's not ridiculous. Like, I haven't had anybody, you know, hold a hatchet out the window and threaten to kill me recently, or try to run their car into me or anything like that. It's just been more of the passive aggressive type stalking and aiming the phone at you in the store. Make sure to get your most recent photo, things like that. So that's slowed down. But I still can't seem to get through any it still feels like I'm blacklisted. Still having some harassment through my eBay store. There's people that they're purchasing items that are legitimate customers, but then there's a bunch of people that are causing problems in the store intentionally, all that good stuff that I've talked about before. So after I get done unloading this trailer, I'm going to check the comments and see what you guys have to say about it. If you've requested any help and got any, or got denied like I have, or guess we need some WD-40 on that. This will only take a couple minutes. Get this done, then I'll be back here focusing on what I'm doing. This just happens when I'm trying to multitask here. All right, and we're good. This comment said I look busy. Wasn't using the trailer for any jobs or picking up storage units or anything like that. I took it home so I could do some photos. Try to advertise for some odd jobs, handyman kind of stuff. Make a little flyer, do some online advertising. Do whatever. I don't know, install sprinklers, do some handyman landscaping. Hauling that trailer I have, I can haul cars. I'm sure I need some kind of license to pay, but haul a vehicle in that thing. I can clear off abandoned properties, you know, just all kinds of manual labor, cash work, stuff like that. So just trying to do anything to work and be productive. All right, got the trailer dropped off. Let's see. Oh, here's the guy that, oh shit. To enter my code so I get out of this place. The guy, one of the managers at this place is pretty interesting to talk to. You know, I talk to everybody about what I go through and what all of you, other targeted individuals, people that are watch listed or been followed around by the men in black, etc. Let's see. This doesn't show where I'm at, so I guess I can go ahead and talk about it. But I've talked to this guy about this stuff, and you know, I said I've advocated for a bunch of different things. Talked about a lot of government corruption, weaponized systems, etc. And now I have people follow me around, and when I said I have people follow me around, the look on his face was like, "Whoa, really? Like you too?" So he started telling me that, I don't know, 20 years ago or so, he was doing pretty much the same thing. Let's see, 20 years ago, actually more than 20 years ago, because it was before the internet. It's probably, I think, around 30 years ago he was doing this. So he was advocating for different things, speaking out about certain things, and putting flyers up, going to different events, different groups. And while he was doing that, he noticed that everywhere he would go, there would be a black Suburban following him. Or when he got to a certain place, there would be a black Suburban parked at the place he was going to. And he said, at first he thought it was just a coincidence, but then after a while, it was obvious that he had pissed somebody off, he had said the wrong thing, and they wanted to monitor him. So he was like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It sounds what you're explaining sounds a little bit different, but I've definitely been followed by some people before. And we've had other conversations about other stuff that we agree with, government corruption, stuff like that. And when I say that, it's compartmentalized government corruption. I'm not anti-government. I don't hate the government. Worked for them for 14 years, over 14 years. And I know there's good people. So I'm not anti-government, I'm anti-corrupt government, and not a fan of big government running everything, making all your decisions for you. And there's a lot of other people like that. Alright, so I need to go to the post office now. So yeah, the things that I've experienced over the last 3 years have ramped down drastically. I deal more with the tech stuff now, like when I'm sleeping, when I'm at home. Some of the stuff that I've explained before, I don't really want to go over it right now, but pretty intrusive stuff. And the physical day-to-day activities are not as bad as they were. So there's still some street theater stuff going on, but it's slowed down. The intensity of it has slowed down. It's more like these passive-aggressive threats, or just the color coding sensitization, things like that. Which, I mean, I've gotten pretty acclimated to that now. Understand that it goes on everywhere. Understand that not everybody out running around town is out actually doing something productive. They're out following their order to go play out whatever little skit they're playing in the Truman Show here. Alright, when I stop, I'm going to check out a couple of these comments. So, and then tell me if, because I know not everybody that watches this channel is a targeted individual. Well, I don't know that. I would assume that. Some of the people are just watching this to see what's happening next with Mike, or see what's going on with one of those targeted individual people. Hear more stories about it. But I want to know how you're doing through this shutdown, if you own a small business and that's been affected, or if you work for a bigger business and you haven't been able to go to work. How your life has changed through this, and if you're receiving any help to make it through it, whether it be from government or through your community. Curious about that. Alright, so I think we're gonna have a first responder going code 3 here as I'm pulling up to the post office. Let's see, are they gonna turn? Saw some lights back there. All right, and with perfect timing. I mean, perfect timing, right when you get to a parking lot, right when you are leaving a destination somewhere. That was interesting truck. It almost looked like a rescue truck, like a OES. California, they had to operate, or actually, yeah, it was. They have those federally. That's Office of Emergency Systems, I think. I can't remember what the acronym is. I should. We had one at our station. But yeah, it's part of the street theater stuff. They got these guys out running code 3. And again, that could be a coincidence. He could be on his way to a call. But the timing and repetition makes it kind of interesting when that happens almost everywhere you go. So, all right, let's go into the post office. Willie, guard the truck. I'm gonna go drop these off. I'll be right back, buddy. Thank you.
Anybody that has that, that's gonna be on there.
Should I just set these up here on the counter?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Hold on.
No problem. Sorry, you can finish what you're doing. I'm not trying to.
And then you can use.
Thank you. What's that? I didn't. All right, I have a return package.
When you sent that letter out, she put a certified finding on it? Have a good day. You track the letter? No. And there's no way to track that letter, whether they received it or not.
Just reading some of the messages here. Oh. Thank you. All right. See you next time. Okay, checking some of your messages here. So, all right, so any of you that purchased any items on Hats Around the World in my eBay store, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Those just got dropped off. Just dropped off about 50 items or so. Should have been about 100, but times are weird right now. Guard the truck, Willie. Okay. Somebody's talking about Madeira. That's where my ex-wife is from. All right, I'm gonna check these real quick, and then I have to get out of here. I have a phone call came in that I need to call back. Let's see. I'm reading through these. Let's see, what do you guys do to keep yourself busy? My daughter had a friend over last night, and we played Uno for a couple hours. Haven't laughed that hard in a long time. You know, when you laugh so hard, it feels like you took a drink of water and it goes down the wrong pipe. Wasn't sure if I was gonna have a heart attack. Felt like the guy on Sanford and Son. This is the big one, Margaret. Somebody's asking if I ever got my phone fixed. No, I had to actually get a new phone, which now that I said that, this is probably going to get, this one will get hacked too, but I had to get a new phone, so I've never done this before. I've always bought the phone outright, so I don't have a payment, but I just had to add it to my bill. I really had no other choice because there's calls that I have to make each day. I have to call a drug test facility every single day, and my phone was frozen, so I couldn't even call that facility, and I just had to break down and do it, and so my phone bill is a little more expensive now, but I have a phone that works so far, knock on wood. Okay, I'm not seeing any comments about if you were able to receive any kind of government help, or if anybody's received their stimulus check. Tanya Bauer says, Michael, we are all blacklisted. Oh, yes, indeed. Trying to stay employed and making the money to pay the bills is pretty tough when you're on some kind of list that they tell everybody, hey, don't help this person or make things tough for this person. Mess with their head when they go in. Steve Bevan says, says you're soft targeted, some are not so lucky. Well, that's just the current situation right now, Steve. If you start watching my videos from November of 2017, you'll see that that wasn't the case with me. I've gone through it all. Everything except for V2K. Everything that a targeted individual can experience, I have been poisoned, death threats, attempts on my life, you name it. I talk about it calm now because I've been through it so long. I feel like a Vietnam veteran that has been deployed for 2-3 years. Gunfire going off around you, bombs going off, you don't even flinch anymore. That's how I feel. Speaking of, there was some gunfire in the neighborhood last night, and I've got on the Nextdoor app to I don't know, put some information out there and talk to some people. Not everybody on there is a gang stalker. It's, you know, these people, they want you to think that it's everyone in the world, and it's not. There's some free thinkers out there, some people that appreciate the information. Somebody posted a George Carlin video on the Nextdoor app today. I thought that was kind of cool. How people freak out about germs. So, all right. Alan Reynolds says, V2K is a serious violation of our human rights. Absolutely. Crimes against humanity. Robert Ward says, nope, haven't applied for anything, not looking forward to more harassment, procrastinating. I understand. It's like when you know what's going to happen, you just say, screw it, I don't want to deal with this. I know what the outcome is going to be, but I went ahead and tried anyway so I could see what the outcome would be, and it's pretty much par for the course. Sherry Lewis says, I haven't received anything. I don't know how to pronounce your username. All right, so looks like really nobody's receiving any of this kind of assistance. All right, I need to go. I need to call this number back. I actually will probably have people calling me now. Hopefully, I don't know, for some business. Someone will be run around kind of jobs like, hey, we need you to come give us an estimate for this, with no intention of ever hiring me, just to waste my time. Hey, you gotta try, right? I'm not gonna just lay down and give up. You gotta try. So, all right, I'm gonna check out. Everybody have a good day. Thanks for showing up for the live stream. I'll do another one as soon as I can if I have anything new to report. All right, take it easy.